Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are completely unlocking the 2026 playbook that smart SaaS founders are using to scale aggressively. And we're talking about doing this without surrendering your company to venture capital. We're diving deep into revenue-based financing for SaaS scaling, so let's get right into it.
All right, let's do some million-dollar math here. Historically, if you wanted to raise $2 million at a $10 million pre-money valuation, you are giving up nearly 17% of your company right out of the gate. So, if you eventually exit at $100 million, that early equity is now worth nearly $17 million. You effectively paid over 8 times the original capital you raised. Ouch. But on the flip side, if you use non-dilutive, revenue-based financing, raising that exact same $2 million comes with a fixed repayment cap. You just pay back between $2.2 and $3 million, and that's it. You're literally saving millions in equity value at exit simply by choosing a smarter capital structure.
But of course, aggressive growth takes upfront cash, right? And that's exactly where the old model breaks. A staggering 82% of companies report critical cash flow disruption just because of late payments. In fast-scaling SaaS, your customers pay you in these nice, controlled monthly installments. But your costs, your sales execution, your engineering, your onboarding, those all require massive upfront investment. That lag completely starves you of the immediate cash you need to actually grow.
Enter the ultimate fix, revenue-based financing, or RBF. This is pure non-dilutive funding. You get upfront capital in exchange for a fixed percentage of your future monthly revenue until you hit a predetermined cap. Think of it as turning your predictable, recurring subscription revenue into immediate working capital. And the absolute best part? You keep 100% of your company. No board seats, no loss of control, and absolutely zero massive equity dilution.
And you won't believe how fast this process is now. You can totally forget the 6-month VC slog or drowning in paperwork for a traditional bank. Today, you literally just connect your billing platform, like a Stripe or a Chargebee, and lenders programmatically underwrite your recurring revenue. Within days, you can receive 3 to 5 times your monthly revenue up front. Then you just smoothly repay it by sharing around 2 to 8% of your monthly gross revenue as it rolls in. Having a slow month? No problem, you pay less. The whole thing completely flexes with the reality of your business.
So, welcome to the 2026 SaaS Lending Platform Showdown. Honestly, we are living in a golden age for founders right now because there are so many specialized platforms fiercely competing to fund your growth.
When we break down the heavy hitters, you'll notice they all have slightly different risk appetites and structures. You've got Ratio, which actually embeds financing right into your sales process for a 2 to 4% fee. Then there's Clearco, operating on a 6 to 12% revenue share. Pipe lets you turn your ARR into tradable assets with a 2 to 8% upfront fee. And Mercury offers a 6 to 12% APR revolving credit line if you're already banking with them. Typically, you'll need somewhere between $50K to $100K in monthly or annual recurring revenue to get your foot in the door with these guys.
To give you some rapid-fire clarity on who to choose, pick Clearco if your revenue fluctuates a bit and you need that early-stage flexibility. Go with Pipe if your subscription metrics are super clean and you want those transparent marketplace rates. Choose Ratio if you want to embed financing directly into your sales proposals. That's a great way to help customers overcome upfront costs and close massive enterprise deals. Go with Mercury if you just want to seamlessly consolidate your banking and credit into one dashboard. And finally, check out LendFlow if you prefer a marketplace approach where you can shop around for multi-lender offers.
But listen, getting the capital, that's really only half the battle. If your core business engine is burning cash inefficiently, you're just going to hit a wall faster. So we really need to talk about operational efficiency.
And that conversation starts and ends with your burn multiple. You calculate this by simply dividing your net burn rate by your net new annual recurring revenue. This metric has rapidly become the ultimate shorthand for investors and lenders. It answers one very ruthless question. Exactly how much cash are you burning just to generate a single new dollar of recurring revenue?
1.2x. Jot that down, because that is your elite target number. Sure, early seed startups might be out there burning cash at a 3x multiple, but hitting 1.2x proves to lenders that you're running a highly disciplined machine. You're not just torching cash for top-line vanity metrics. If you want the absolute best financing terms, 1.2x is the benchmark you need to aim for.
Now, to hit those highly efficient metrics, you've got to nail your pricing model. But founders constantly get caught in this tug-of-war. On one side, you have your traditional subscription-based pricing. It gives your finance team amazing predictability, sure, but you risk creating shelfware where customers are paying for licenses they ignore and eventually they churn. On the other side, you have usage-based pricing.
It's totally fair for the customer because they only pay for what they use, but it makes your internal revenue forecasting a complete nightmare.
So what's the modern answer? Hybrid pricing. You basically combine a fixed recurring subscription floor for core platform access and then add a usage-based charge for actual consumption. Think API calls, tokens, or gigabytes stored. This gives your finance team that stable revenue floor that lenders absolutely love to see, while still letting you capture that massive upside when your enterprise customers grow and start consuming more data. Truly, it's the best of both worlds.
All right, finally, let's talk about the AI solopreneur boom and how keeping your headcount radically lean is going to make those financing dollars stretch way, way further.
What we're witnessing right now is a massive structural shift in how companies are built. Projections show there will be 25 to 30 million independent solopreneurs in the US by 2026, and by the way, that completely excludes gig workers. We're talking about millions of micro teams and solopreneurs building incredibly lucrative B2B businesses without the traditional drag of employee overhead. They are running lean and they are highly profitable.
A huge driver of this shift is what people are calling vibe coding. As AI pioneer Andrej Karpathy pointed out, a single founder can now prototype and launch complex software simply by directing AI agents using natural language. You don't necessarily need a massive, expensive development team anymore. You can literally orchestrate multi-agent workflows, having one AI handle UI design while another optimizes your back-end logic. You're effectively operating with a full team of tireless digital employees.
And when you pair that AI-driven development with non-dilutive funding, the results are insane. Independent and bootstrap founders are hitting revenue per employee metrics that actually beat out heavily funded traditional startups. Just look at this. Venture-backed early-stage companies are sitting around $94,000 per employee, but bootstrapped SaaS companies, they're pushing $110,000. And as they scale using these new AI tools, they're efficiently marching right toward that elite growth stage target of $175,000 in revenue per employee.
So when you connect this entire ecosystem, you get the ultimate 2026 SaaS scaling playbook. It's simple. Avoid early equity dilution. Fund your aggressive growth using revenue-based financing platforms. Stabilize those metrics using a hybrid pricing model. Relentlessly target a 1.2x burn multiple and build radically lean using AI and vibe coding. Stack these strategies together, and you've just built a capital-efficient machine.
The operational playbook is incredibly clear, and that non-dilutive capital is literally just sitting there, waiting to be deployed into your business. So the only real question left for you as a founder is this. Are you going to build an empire that you own entirely, or are you just going to give it away piece by piece to investors? The choice is absolutely yours.